HR management has been known as one of the most protected fields in different countries. We're not challenging ourselves enough in terms of making sure that whether we can do other things, not only the groundwork, but also conceptual strategic work at the global level. We need to have at least a sense of what's happening. If you don't have a clue what's going on, how can you be of value in terms of helping to solve the problem? I've been in the HR field, or what we call now people and culture function, for 30 plus years. That 30 plus years has been spent in different industries. I've been in telco, pharmaceutical, FMCG, as well as the consulting industry and insurance industry.
What would you like to share with us today?
We haven't seen that many Asian talents rising at the global stage, especially in HR. We might have seen Asian talents rising in the technology sector as well as in the financial sector. But when it comes to our human resource management, we can have more.
Why would you think that HR professionals are not getting the visibility and credibility as compared to those in the financial or technology sector?
First of all, in terms of as a field, HR management itself has just recently grown from a very basic personnel-oriented role into more of a BP and then into a strategic role. Secondly, HR management has been known as one of the most protected fields in different countries. Why? Because it relates to the local regulations, the local taxation, the local culture. It's very country-oriented, not region-specific. That poses certain challenges in terms of bringing that level of practices into a more regional scale or even a global scale. At the same time, HR development kept on developing and growing in Western countries. It's quite common that the growth of HR technologies, HR concept, models, and strategies happens in the different side of the world beyond Asia. Unfortunately, because of that gap, we are actually several steps further. And that's what we need to challenge ourselves. We're not challenging ourselves enough in terms of making sure that whether we can do other things, not only the groundwork, but also conceptual strategic work at the global level. Technology democratizes the knowledge. There is no excuse for anyone who has access to technology to stop learning, to show the world that we can step up. Technology enables us to learn more about what's happening in the industry, not only in Indonesia, not only in Asia. Learn about what's going on in the world. At the end of the day, HR management is about making sure that people are happy and productive for the business. So we need to know what's happening in the business, not only in our companies. Many people in HR management focus building their HR management skills, not really being proactive to put themselves, in the shoes of the business leaders. For example, in the past, I go out to the field. We need to do is really to understand the pain of what the business is trying to do. We don't have to be every day in the field. We need to have at least a sense of what's happening. If you don't have a clue what's going on, how can you be of value in terms of helping to solve the problem?
There's so much information, so many things to learn. What should we do?
Reach out. You're never alone. You can ask other people's help, your friends, your boss. Find a mentor. Don't wait until somebody else assign you a mentor. Find a mentor, somebody that you can learn from. For example, I moved to a company in the past, and I sat in a regular management meeting. I did not have a clue of what they were talking about because they were using so many abbreviations. Didn't have a clue. But I asked. So I went to my colleague, I went to their team members, and I asked, what does this stand for? What does it mean? I did that. The week after that, when I was with my team members, I put up 10 abbreviations. Please tell me what they are. Most of them are on average more than 10 years being in the company. Only 4 out of 10 was right. What does that tell you? If you don't even talk the same language with the business, how are you going to have the right solution? You don't even know what they're doing. We should not be embarrassed to learn it at any stage. What do you do then? This is my suggestion. Go out and sit in those meetings. First of all, the reaction is going to be very funny. What is HR doing here? Are you observing us? Is there anybody who's going to get kicked out of the company? There will be a lot of weird questions. Just tell them, I'm here to learn. I want to know what's going on in the business. Is there anything new that I don't know of? By doing that, you'll understand what they're trying to solve, the problem that they're having, and also the dynamics in the room. That should be, one of our roles, understanding the business, understanding the people's struggles, and then not providing solution, but working out a solution together. Just be curious, put yourself out there. Don't be embarrassed.
How do we build that credibility from the very first step?
We must have something that we know we're good at. It would be easier to have credibility if you can perform by doing what you're good at.
Yes.
That's the first step. Also, don't let that stop you from experimenting and learning to do other things, because at the end of the day, when you want to be at that world stage, you can't only be able to do one thing. That's my suggestion.
How would you advise fellow HR leaders on grooming our younger professionals?
This is what I've seen most of the time. We are seen as the mom, the mother, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, the care person. But caring for your team does not mean that you should be protecting them all the time. It's very important not to always keep them under your wings, but you need to push them to take risk. For example, a person who is not used to present in front of a group of people or in public, but that doesn't mean that they don't have that skill set. They just need to be given the opportunity to learn, to grow into. I see a lot of colleagues are a bit afraid to risk their own personal performance. If my team is doing the presentation, what happens if it's wrong? If it's wrong, take the accountability. Don't throw them under the bus. Also, don't take credit for what they have done. I've seen a lot of cases where they actually are very good technically, but they did not get the chance to be visible. Let me tell you one happy achievement. The team has successfully built our own platform to recognize others in the company, nudge people to the right behavior. And this has been done since 2019. But nobody in the region, nobody at global level knows about this. So I was like, you have to present this. This is important. What happens now? Global finance, global IT, Mexico, India, Pakistan decided to use this platform. I didn't do it. They've done it. But they're so low profile that visibility is important. And now they have a growing credibility at the regional, even at the global level. I'm very proud of them.
Very nice. That's a good advice for us as we manage our team members. Let them spread their own wings. Ripy, thank you so much for giving us insights for our younger colleagues in HR and also for our more seasoned professionals in grooming younger HR professionals.
Thank you. I'm really happy that you have this platform to help other colleagues to learn from one another. I really appreciate this. Hopefully, we will see more and more Asian talents grow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.